Hi, my name is Amit. I'm here with Helen. We're doing the second trimester classes. We're going to do a 30 minutes class using elastic bands. Please make sure you have an elastic band that is not too tight. We're going to do all kinds of variations. Just have a light elastic band. It's going to work you hard enough. But let's start with opening the upper body. So take a position that makes you feel comfortable. And as you breathe in, just lift the shoulders up towards the ears. And as you breathe out, release. And inhale to lift, working through tension if you have any. And exhale down to release. One more time. We lift up and down. We're going to lift the shoulders up and then bring them backwards. Take a moment to press them together before you go down. And lift. And press them together before you go down and lift. Press them together. And one more time, shoulders up, shoulders back, shoulder blades press together and you go down. A lot of tension. Hands on the shoulders. We do the same with the elbows. We take them forward and up. Stay up and make sure the hands come together behind your neck and you reach the elbows up towards the ceiling. And then you reach them behind, and then you bring them down. So you lift them up, and take a moment there to stretch upwards, drawing and lifting baby to spine. Take it back, and all the way down. Couple more. Lift. And round, and baby to spine, and lift. And round. Let's work with rotations now. So hands by your side. Rotate just the arms within the shoulder socket, all the way in and all the way out. Within the shoulder socket, all the way in, all the way out. All the way in, all the way out. Let's lift the arms a little bit higher and do the same thing in opposition if it's not too confusing. So take the right one all the way in and then rotate the other way around. Twisting, reaching out to the side and twisting in opposite directions. It takes quite a lot of concentration and actually quite a lot of hard work because of all the tension that we hold through the front and the back of the shoulders. Make sure you lift baby to spine and you take deep breaths, and let's do a couple more, all the way and all the way, and bring the arms down. Warms you up. Let's do the same rotations in and out with a little bit of spinal movement. So if I show from profile, we're going to come all the way in. So follow the movement of the arms into folding the body forward and follow the movement of the arms into opening the body back. So we exhale all the way in and inhale to open. And exhale, folding everything in. And inhale to open. Exhale to fold everything in. Inhale to open, and just a couple more times. Take a deep breath out. Feel yourself standing on the legs. And open. And exhale, firm position. And open. Okay. We're going to focus now on the pelvis and the spine and do what we call the belly dance. So we're going to separate the legs just a little bit more. Make sure you're comfortable. You can turn the legs out just a little bit. Bend your knees and make sure that your knees are over your toes. So there's no tension in the knees. And we can come a little forward, hands on the thighs, and do the belly dance. So we bring the pelvis under and back. Maybe feels a little bit silly, but it really is going to work your abdominals and your gluteals. If there's any discomfort in the pelvis, you need to make it a smaller position and a smaller movement that feels comfortable. Exhale, tail between the legs and release. And as the tail comes between the legs, you can look at the floor. That's it, and release. Let's do one more. And release. Now find your tail on the right and find your tail on the left. You can either look or not look, but feel the pelvis going from side to side. Maybe with the head and maybe without. Moving the pelvis from side to side in preparation for circles. So once you stand up for a moment, take a deep breath. And then bend the knees. And the pelvis will come forward and to the right and to the back and to the left. And forward to the right, to the left and back. Good. Let's do a couple more circles going in this direction. Quite a lot of work on the legs, the abdominals, the gluteals. And when you're ready, you reverse. Good. If you feel some tighter parts through the circles, parts that maybe are weaker or not as controlled or not as comfortable, take your time, take a breath there, work through that part. And then why don't you stand up and take a deep breath. More challenging than it seems. We're going to take the elastic bends now. So go ahead and grab your elastic bend and let's stand. I'm just thinking, let me move the mat out of your way. Okay. Just thinking ahead a little bit. We're going to step with the right foot onto the elastic band and place the left leg by the side. Hold the strap with your left, put your right hand underneath and check how much resistance you have there, okay? Make sure you have enough to make you work and not too much to strain you. Now I just want you to realize one thing or to feel one thing. When the arm is straight, there should be a little bit of resistance in that strap, a little bit of tension. Okay, that tension is constantly pulling you over to the left. So you want to do postural work all the time to stop yourself from leaning into that side. So throughout this next few exercises, don't let yourself lean towards the elastic band, okay? Standing upright, we're going to fold and unfold. Fold and unfold. Fold and unfold. One more, fold and unfold. Keep the arms straight. Be aware of what's happening on the right side as you bend the knees. And lift up against that resistance. Bend the knees and lift up and stretch. And bend and lift up and bend and lift up and pull on the elastic band. Let's repeat the first exercise. Bend and release. Bend and release. Good. Lifting baby to spine as much as you can. And release. Take a deep breath in. Bend your elbow. Hold it. And with the elbow bent, do your knee bends. And lift. So you're working the whole right side of the body a little bit more. And lift. And bend. And your muscles on the left have to resist the tendency to sink into the elastic band. Let's do one more. And release and let go. Take a deep breath. Step a little forward with the left. Not too far, but take a stance and bend your knees and make sure you're comfortable. If you need to turn the legs out a little bit, that's fine. Okay, make sure you're comfortable and then lift up and stand upright. Okay, we're going to bend the knees and lift. Bend the knees and hold and do a little belly dance here. So it's an imbalanced belly dance. Tuck under and release. And tuck the pelvis under and release. Tuck the pelvis under and release. And last one, tuck under and release and stand tall. Now with the bicep curl, so we're going to bend and bend the other arm as well. Both arms holding. Bend your knees. Tuck under and do small pelvic floor lifts. So pelvic floor and a little pulse up and up. Good. And up. Holding the tummy, holding the elastic band. 4, 3, tail between the legs. 2, 1. Come all the way up. Relax the arm and step back. Okay? Great. Let's do the other side. Helen's doing it for the first time here with me, so something new. We step on the left, Make sure you're comfortable. Okay? And oops. Exactly. Why don't you do one bicep curl? Check that you have the right kind of resistance, that it's not too much. Stand tall, lift baby to spine, and here we go. Bicep curl and release. And a bicep curl and release. Remember not to let the elastic band pull you over to the side. And curl and release and curl and release. With the arms straight, we do a knee bend and stand tall. A knee bend and stand tall. Again, not allowing the elastic band to pull you over to the side. It's like your shopping bag. When you stand up, holding something heavy, you need to pull it up, whether it's both hands or just one. And let's curl and uncurl. That's your shopping bag up, shopping bag down, and curl, and bring it down with control, and curl, and down, last one, up, and down. Take a deep breath, curl and hold, and bend the knees, and lift shopping bag with a bent arm. So we just go down and up with the knees. That's it. And bend, and lift, and bend. So that's when you bend down, you take something, and you lift with a weight. Bend, and lift with a weight. Bend, and lift with a weight. Release. That's the same thing with one leg forward. So just bend the knees a couple of times to feel that you are stable on the legs and you're comfortable. And then we're going to bend and stay there and do the little pelvic tilts or the belly dance. So tail between the legs and tail away. You can look and find your tail between the legs and look away. And find the tail between the legs and look away. Couple more. Look away and find. Look away and stand tall. Take a deep breath in. And then both elbows bend. We bend the knees. We bring the tail between the legs and we look down at the floor. And then we do small pulses up from the center. From the center. And lift and lift. Baby to spine, tail between the legs. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. And stand tall and step back. Lovely. Let's take the strap away for a moment and just relax the wrists and relax the shoulders. It can be quite a lot of hard work. Okay, and while we sit in the chair, I'll bring the mat back, although I don't think you're going to need as much. And sit as forward as you feel 100% comfortable. Let me remind you at home to take a chair that is heavy, sturdy, you feel comfortable, you can sit on the edge of your sofa even, and make sure that it's not unstable. It will never fall when you shift your weight forward or back. Spread the legs a little bit wider. Let's bring the arms by the side, and actually palms facing back at first. So, thinking shoulder blades down on the back, we're going to lift the arms up, and then bring the arms down. Let me kneel down next to you. And here we go up, and we go down. As we lift the arms, we think baby to spine, and we lower down, and baby to spine, and we lower down. We turn the palms to face forward, and we go through the sides. Baby to spine, shoulder blades on the back, and lower down. And baby to spine, shoulder blades down the back, and we go down. 3 more. We go up and down. We go up and down. Last one. Out and down. Great. Why don't you put your hands on your knees? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, just allow yourself to curl. And then lift yourself up and look up towards the ceiling. And release, and we're going to do rotations without and then with resistance. So we're going to inhale to rotate without resistance, exhale to come back. Inhale to rotate without, exhale to come back. Good. Helen, just take a quick look at the feet, make sure they're even distance. That's it. It's important to notice that the legs are positioned correctly, simply because there's always a tendency to shift the pelvis, and we want to have it as square as we can while exercising. So let's do 3 more. Inhale, rotate, and exhale, forward. Inhale, rotate, exhale, forward, and rotate, and forward. Take a moment to reach for your elastic band. And we do the same thing with resistance. Let's do it on a breath out. Here we go. On a breath out, rotate, and release, and rotate, and release. Feet on the ground. We lift the pelvic floor. We lift baby to spine. We make sure that we don't arch the back. Couple more. When you're ready, rotate and reach. And if you watch the screen, you can see how nicely Helen's tummy is. It's square. So it's coming forward, but it's square. It's not bulging forward. With the effort, let's do 1 more. With the effort, it comes in without bulging outwards. That's great. Let's do a variation on shaving. So watch the screen, please. You need to put one end of the elastic band under one foot and the other end under the other foot. Is that okay with your arches? Oops, I'm so sorry. Okay. And then, let me try with my knees. We're going to do it on a double movement. So we're going to go halfway up and then the other half. Okay, so take whatever resistance is appropriate for you. And then, that's a lot. We're going to lift halfway up. So let's say in front of the navel and hold it. Think shoulder blades down and then lift the other half up and release. So in front of the navel and hold and higher and release. Baby to spine. Bring it in front of the navel and then go all the way up. Is that okay? Let's do a couple more. Up, hold, and all the way up. And release in front of the navel. So quite low. Organize the shoulders. Lift all the way up. And release. Good. Drop the strap for a moment. Shake the arms. Do what you need with the shoulders. And we're going to grab the elastic band. And actually, we're going to sit on the elastic band now. So if you can stand up for a moment, and everyone at home, just a little transition here. We're going to put the elastic band onto one side. Okay, so sit on the elastic band, please. Let me sit down here. I hope you can see both of us in the frame. And we're going to hold it. So most of the elastic band is on the right-hand side. And you're going to hold it. And it's going to be quite loose when you start. Okay, so that's probably going to be too much for you. Yeah, quite loose. And separate your feet from me. Lift baby to spine. Hold it strong and then lift the arm up towards the ceiling. And then down again. The elbow is just slightly bent. The shoulder stays down. We go up. We go down. We go up. Make sure it's the appropriate resistance for you. Appropriate means you work the arm, you work the shoulder, but you don't tense in the neck. Let's do 1 more. Good. Take a breath. And if you can watch the screen, you're going to take the arm behind you and reach for the elastic band. Make sure not to lean backwards too much. Okay, so you hold it with the other hand. And then you're going to think elbow, left elbow up. Left shoulder down, shoulder blade down. Yeah, you can put your hand here if you want and feel the shoulder blade down. And then you're going to reach up towards the ceiling and down. And it is equally important that you keep the shoulder blade down and reach up. So don't reach up and lift shoulder up, but reach up and think shoulder blade down. And if I look forward, I can just sense the arm here. It's not quite in front, but it's definitely not far behind. Feels okay? Good. So the feeling here can be that the arm, wait a second for me, is coming a little more forward, like it's screwing into the joint. Okay, so if you look at my shoulder here, this will bring it out of the joint, and this will bring it, so to speak, into the joint. Okay, baby to spine, and let's go up and down. Couple more, baby to spine, a little more. There you go. Maybe think flattening the lower back. Maybe that would help. Good. Up and down. That's brilliant. Okay, take a breath. Let's do the other side. So you're going to have to transition. You're going to have to move the elastic band over to the other side. Take the opportunity to press pause. Get yourself some water. Water, Helen? You okay? It's getting quite hot in the studio here today. So you're going to grab hold of the elastic band. Please, please, please never exercise. I'm going to look right into you when I say that. Never exercise feeling like you're sweating too much, getting too hot, getting thirsty, feeling dizzy. None of that should happen, okay? So if you need a break, take a break, drink some water, bring your blood pressure down. We're good? Here we go. So the elastic band is at the side, and we're going to go up, and we're going to go down. And as we go up, the elbow is bent and strong, the shoulder is down, and we go down. And let's do about 4 more. Up and down. Good. Make sure baby to spine, and make sure the lower back is quite flat. When you finish those 4, we're going to transition. The arm will go up, and you will take it behind. Why don't you pull up for a moment to see that you have the appropriate resistance for you. Okay? And then bring that right elbow a little bit forward to feel that you screw it into the joint. So it's not coming up into the neck, it's screwing down into the joint, and then you're going to reach up and release. And you reach up and release. Baby to spine, that's gorgeous. And release. Baby to spine. And release. Let's do about 3 or 4 more. And up. And release. And up. And release. And reach for it with the other hand. And bring it all. Good, drop it and just take a deep breath. Do whatever you need to do to release the shoulders, and we're going to do a little stretch now. So if you can take the elastic band and fold it. If you're very tight through the chest, you're going to have to hold it like this. If you're a little bit less tight, you can hold it this way. And I'm going to turn around to show you what we're doing. We hold it behind the back, like this. And we're going to alternate between 2 different positions. The one is we're going to press the arms down, open the chest and look towards the ceiling. The other is we're going to lift the elastic band as high on the back as possible and bring the elbows forward and look down towards your center. You're going to feel a good stretch in both positions. So lift your head, open the chest, reach down. Lift the elastic band, bring the elbows in and look at the floor. This is borrowing from an exercise called double leg kick. So we open and stretch. And we stretch the other way around. Elbows fold forward, abdominals lift. And open the chest, feel your feet, baby to spine, open your chest. And under. And last one, open and stretch. And let's just take it from here, which is nice and lovely. And we're just going to stop here, bring the arms around. And I'm going to bring the mat under your feet so you're a little more comfortable. We'll do a couple of stretches. Let's, sit as forward as you can. Stretch the right leg forward. Flex the foot. Good. And then think baby to spine. You're going to lean forward and place the left hand on the left knee, the right hand exactly on the right knee. Think long spine, think lifting the baby in and come as far forward as you need to feel the stretch in the hamstrings, very close to the sits bones, You're going to feel it more if you stick your bottom out, and in the calf, which you're going to feel more if you draw the toes towards you. And to feel that, relax the toes away, and then draw them towards you more, and you're going to feel the stretch even more. Why don't you sit back, take a deep breath, and then lean forward again into the stretch, feeling your bottom sticking backwards or sits bone sticking backwards. This is where it becomes really important that you're sitting on a sturdy chair. Okay, and let's swap the legs. You're going to lean forward with a straight back. Beautiful. Relax the toes away. Draw them towards you again. Think of stretching by pulling your sits bones behind you, and think of stretching by drawing the toes towards your knee. Lean back. Sit as tall as you can and come forward for a second stretch. Good. And please transition down to the floor. Take your elastic band with you and come down to a high kneeling position. Click, click. We're going to take the elastic band from behind and do one more thing for the arms. So holding with the palms facing towards the body. You're going to try it once and then see how much resistance you have. The elbows are bent, the spine is tall, and you're going to reach forward and release. Is that comfortable? Okay. So, better, good. So think of the tail slightly between the legs, the abdominals in and up as we always do in the high kneeling position, the hips opening, and then forward. So you really work from the abdominals. You can feel the gluteals, the pelvic floor, the abdominals, the front of the hip opening, and from all that centralized attention, you reach the arms forward and back and forward and back. And last one if you can, forward and back. And if I can have your elastic band, let's do the normal chest expansion. So take the arms back, look over one shoulder, and center, look over the other shoulder, and center, release. Just one more time. Look over one shoulder, center, other shoulder, center, and release. And we didn't start with deep abdominal breathing, so we're going to finish with one. Let's go on all fours, which is the greatest position maybe for deep abdominal breathing. And literally feel baby coming away from spine, baby drawing back towards spine, baby dropping away. Make room for the baby to maneuver. Exhale, draw back into the body. A great position. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's take it into a cat. So you're going to round your back and stretch. And release. Again, deep abdominal breathing. Baby away from spine. Baby towards spine and round your back and stretch. Bring your nose to your navel or kiss your navel. Stick your bottom out. Take a deep breath in. Baby dropping away, 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 away. Let everything go. Pelvic floor, abdominals, everything let go. And as you exhale, baby to spine and take it into a cat. And stay there for another breath now. And stretch the length of the spine. And stretch across the lower back. And stretch across the shoulder blades. And maybe push with one arm more than the other and feel a bit of a rotation and a stretch. And push with the other arm a little bit more. And then release the spine back to neutral. And just sit back wherever you're comfortable. That's 30 minutes. Thank you very much. Thank you guys at home. We hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully we'll see you soon.